Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Morning in America. It's half past the hour on your Friday, and we are continuing to follow breaking news that has just come into our newsroom within the past 10 minutes or so. President Donald Trump just confirming that they do have what he believes, with a high degree of certainty, he says, is the suspect in custody in the assassination of political activist Charlie Kirk. Let me get out to Libby Dean, who is live for us in front of the White House this morning. I mean, Libby, he just announced this, saying that someone close to the suspect is the one who turned this guy in. What's standing out to you right now, and anything more that you just learned in commercial break?
Yeah, that's right, Markie. What's interesting here is President Trump was one of the first people, if not the first, to announce that Charlie Kirk had passed, after many were wondering what his status was after the shooting. And now he is one of the first, and is the first, to announce during this interview that he believes with a high level of certainty that there is a suspect in custody. And that suspect, they believe, law enforcement, according to the president, is the assassin of Charlie Kirk. And that was the latest development in this interview that President Trump did this morning, while he also was describing what the process looked like to get to this point of this assassin, or this suspect, ultimately becoming in the custody of law enforcement. I want us to take a listen to how the president described it.
Went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister. And brought him to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic. And the father convinced the son, this is it.
So it sounds like there was a level of involvement when it comes to religious leaders who were close to the suspect, ultimately going to U.S. Marshals and then turning that suspect into law enforcement there, and ultimately bringing them to the police station. That is what the president went on to say. Now, he was also, he hasn't necessarily detailed what Wednesday afternoon looked like for him when he learned of Charlie Kirk's passing. But one thing that was circulating on social media, and that many people saw as this news was breaking, was that absolutely horrific video that was circulating on social media of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And President Trump was asked if he's seen that video. He said he hasn't, and that is not the way that he wanted to remember Charlie Kirk, who, of course, Markie, an incredibly close friend to the president. We have seen Charlie Kirk in and out of the West Wing here since President Trump returned to office. I've interviewed Charlie Kirk, who, of course, was a very vocal supporter of Vice President Vance for the vice president position, very vocal to President Trump on wanting that position. But this latest development here is that President Trump announcing there is a suspect in custody, and that suspect is who they believe assassinated Charlie Kirk.
Libby Dean live from the White House. Trump also adding that he hopes for the death penalty in this case, and that he just heard about the capture a few minutes before starting that interview. So the president just learning about this within the past half hour or so.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.